So as you start your realistic insect composition, you may want to draw a grid. And remember that you've already done your thumbnails. You already have an idea of where you're going to place your most interesting and dynamic composition, which of course in this particular piece of art is this version of the praying mantis, which is a nice big close-up. And what you want to do is you want to draw your contour lines, okay? Now you can see my student is using digital reference. That is absolutely fine. And she has put the grid on there using her photo app. And that is more than acceptable. So basically what you want to do is you want to start by drawing very lightly, and you want to get your basic contour lines or the edges of your insect drawn first. And then you're going to go back in and add all that nice shading and value that helps create 3 dimensions on a 2-dimensional surface. So I'm going to stop talking for a minute and let you watch as my student lays in those basic contour lines before getting started on adding value. One thing I wanted to mention as she's drawing is that you want to take your time on this part of the project because everything else is going to depend on you getting an accurate drawing of your insect to start. So don't start adding value or doing any shading until you're confident that you have your contour lines correct. Once you have an accurate contour line drawing, go back in and you can darken some of the lines that you created just so you can see it better. Erase any lines that you're not happy with. And then once we finish with this portion, we'll start adding value, which of course is the fun part. So notice how she's using the blending stump to get in some of those medium values, then coming back in with her eraser and pulling out the highlights. Now as you add more and more value, more of the shades from white to black and all the values in between, you're going to notice that her praying mantis head is going to become more and more realistic. Obviously this is fast motion video, just to save you guys from having to watch over an hour-long video on creating the value in this insect. It does take a while, you guys, but this is one of the bigger projects that you're going to work on, and I just want to make sure that you're taking your time and doing a good job. As you lay in more shading, you're going to find that your hand will smear your drawing. So you want to place either a piece of cardboard or another piece of paper over the top of your drawing, so that when you're adding more and more value, you're not smearing the drawing that you already have. And she's finishing up this viewpoint of the praying mantis, and we're going to be moving on to the next perspective. And on the next perspective, I'm going to let you watch the majority of her drawing the contour lines, but then we're going to speed through the value so you don't have to watch that again. Okay, so this is the next perspective of the praying mantis. This is a very cool shot of the praying mantis, and I just wanted to remind you guys really quickly of how important it is to find good reference before you even start this project. You want to make sure that you have dynamic photographs and that the resolution of your photos is high enough that you can get all of the different details and values of your insect into your drawing. If you start with a bad reference or low resolution, you're never going to even have a chance to create an amazing drawing. As promised, I'm going to do a super fast motion on her adding the value to the second viewpoint of her praying mantis. I know this may look hard, but I promise that you guys can do this. You can do this. All you need to do is go in, lay in your contour lines, and then start by adding value. You can even go in and add all the medium values first, and then come back, erase the highlights, then go back and add your shadows. You're going to be surprised at how quickly your insect starts to look like a real insect. Okay, lastly, we're going to create the wide shot of the praying mantis. This is an important viewpoint to include in your insect composition because this gives the viewer an overview of what your insect looks like. It's going to inform them of what exactly they are looking at very quickly. And, you know, some of the viewpoints may be so close up that people aren't sure what it is. It certainly will look more dynamic, but you also want to let them know exactly what they're looking at. And that's why it's important for you to add this wide shot, which means the entire insect from head to tail. And it doesn't have to be a side view like my student chose to do, but it does need to show the entire insect. Okay, obviously we're in super fast motion again, and just adding the value into the wide shot of the praying mantis. Now, if you guys want to look at this slower, there is a way to do that. And the way to do that is to go on the YouTube video and click on the tool icon in the lower right hand corner, and you can actually choose the playback speed. So you can slow down the playback speed so that you can see this slower, and you can kind of get a better idea if you need to of what it looks like in real life. Hope you guys enjoy this. I'm sure you guys are going to do amazing work, and I would love to see your work when you are done. You can share them with me on Instagram at Space to Create Art.